Let's talk about something that doesn't get nearly enough airtime in photography: money. Not how to make more of it, but how to keep more of what you already earn. Because here's the truth: a lot of photographers are working hard, booking clients, getting paid, and then quietly leaking money through lack of understanding. Not because they're careless, but because no one ever really explained the rules of the game. So today, I want to attempt to simplify that. No jargon, no country specific deep dive, just a global, practical way of thinking about money and what you can legitimately write off as a photographer. Now, quick disclaimer before we go further: tax laws vary depending on where you are in the world. So, this is not financial advice. This is a framework. Always check with a local accountant or tax professional. But the principles, they're universal. If you're just starting out upon your photography journey, what I discuss next is a good basis to help you keep more of the money you spend on building your business. So let's begin. Before we get into the list, you need to understand one key idea. If something is necessary for you to do your job, there's a good chance it can be treated as a business expense. And business expenses reduce your taxable profit, which means you keep more of what you earn. Simple. So, what photographers can typically write off? Now, let's break this down into real world categories. Let's start with gear and equipment. So, cameras and lenses, lighting, so flash, continuous or modifiers, tripods, gimbals, stabilizers, memory cards, batteries, hard drives, camera bags, and protective cases. If it's essential to capture the work, it counts. Editing and software. So, editing software subscriptions, presets, LUTs, plugins, cloud storage, culling tools, AI tools used in your workflow. If it helps you deliver the final product, it counts. Education and skill development, online courses, workshops and mentoring, photography books, business or marketing training. If it improves your ability to earn, it counts. Travel and transport, so fuel or mileage, public transport, flights for assignments, accommodation for shoots, parking, tolls. If you're traveling for work, it counts. Home office and studio costs, so a portion of your rent or mortgage, utilities, so electricity, internet, etc., studio rent if you have one, furniture such as desks, chairs, and storage. If part of your home is used for business, it counts. Marketing and branding, so website hosting and domain names, portfolio platforms, paid ads, business cards, branding shoots or design work. If it helps people find and trust you, guess what? It counts. Professional services, so accountants, legal advice, insurance for both equipment and liability, licensing fees. If it protects or supports your business, it counts. Client related costs, so coffee meetings, meals with clients, small gifts, props or styling items. If it directly relates to client work, it may count, but depends on your location. Now, day-to-day business expenses, phone bills, so certainly just the business portion of your phone bills, internet, office supplies, printing and packaging. If it keeps your business running, it counts. So here's the simple rule. The easiest way to think about all of this: if you had to spend the money in order to do the job or grow the business, it's probably worth asking your accountant if it's deductible. Now, here are the mistakes to avoid. And let's be honest, where photographers go wrong is one of two places: not claiming enough, so that they forget things, they don't track receipts, they play it too safe, or claiming things that clearly aren't business related. So trying to write off your entire life as content isn't a strategy, it's a red flag. So the habit that changes everything. If you take one thing from this episode, let it be this: start tracking your expenses properly from today, not next tax year, not when things get busy, now. Because the difference between a stressed photographer and a financially confident one isn't always how much they earn. It's how well they manage what flows through their hands. Money in photography isn't just about creativity. It's about clarity. Clarity on what you earn, clarity on what you spend, and clarity on what you're allowed to keep. Because when you understand that, you stop working just to get paid and start working to actually build something. Remember, it's not the camera that builds a sustainable career. It's what you do with the money once the shutter closes. As I said at the very top of this episode, tax laws will vary depending on where you are in the world. So this is not financial advice. If there are any accountants or financial advisors out there who would like to have a conversation and fine-tune the areas discussed within this episode, or even explore additional areas I may have missed, I'd be more than happy to, and I'm sure the listeners would appreciate it as well. So until next time, be creative, be inspired, be you.